what I have in my hand can replace, potentially, entirely the dye petrochemistry industry. But why do we want to replace the dye petrochemistry industry? Because we humans love colors. We use them everywhere. In fact, when you think about it, black and white is an artificial feature that you only use in all movies. In our everyday product, we use colors everywhere, but there is a problem with that those colors are all artificial. And even worse, they're dangerous by their properties and the way they are manufactured. What you see here is not very, reassuring, for our future. You have thousands of those factories around the world manufacturing synthetic dyes for millions of tons, of potential product. So imagine the impact on the local environment and the people living near it. It's enormous. Today, the dye market is about 14 billion euros, and it's growing. But recently, the European Union told the European actors, industrials, manufacturers, that they have to get better sources for their product, renewable sources. They have made a claim and new regulatory constraints. So there is an opportunity. And as you see, there are alternative natural dyes, but they are not scalable. So that's why that's only less than 10% of this market. And we need a global and scalable solution for a global problem. And we think that this solution is going to come from beneath us, from the soil, microbes. They have amazing abilities. They can synthesize naturally extremely complex molecules. Actually, they do synthesize a lot of different dyes in nature every day, and for much longer than we ever had used the petrochemistry. So at Pili, we want to use microbes to biofabricate living colors and replace the dye petrochemistry. And, microbes are much easier to engineer than most plants and animals. And when you think about scalability, you cannot beat them. Bioreactors cannot, cannot compete with bioreactors. It's basically 3D against 2D. It has a very fast growth, and it's, of course, renewable. And as a matter of fact, it's not polluting, at the contrary of industrial agriculture. So in order to make a proof of concept, to show that our biodyes have the potential to replace the current ones, we implemented them in current everyday life application. And the first application is textile. In textile, you have less than 1% of the dyes that are used that are from natural sources. We have a lot of work here. And in fact, our dyes could very nicely stain very different kind of fibers. And, we had a surprise. Microbes have this amazing ability to create those magnificent patterns. And when you mix biology and textile, you get a new fashion. And it's limitless. And all copies are unique. The second application is the most obvious one. It's ink. Most people don't know, what ink is made of. Ink often contains heavy metals, azo dyes, and nasty solvents. That's why actually it's so difficult to recycle or printer cartridges. Oops, wrong slide. When you mix again biology and textiles, that could happen in the lab, in the Biotech lab too. So let's go back to our inks. What you have in front of you is the first. It's the first ink for pens that was made growing bacteria And it's completely renewable and biodegradable. This is really exciting. So, and if you have it in blue, you have it in other colors. And yes, you know exactly what this is. This is another first, and an even more exciting one. Pili has succeeded in printing with a standard Epson inkjet printer the first page using ink that was grown by bacteria. This is amazing. And everything you've seen so far was done in only 3 months at IndieBio. And we couldn't imagine doing this without a great team. And I have to say that I couldn't imagine a better team for exactly what we're doing and to bring Pili to a reality. But a team is not enough. And if we want Pili with its dyes to be able to distribute them around the world and really propose an alternative to the dye petrochemistry, we need large distributors, large actors in need of alternatives. And that is why we have now made a partnership with BIC for an R&D program in order to find out how to bring the Pili dyes into their product. And we're very excited about that. Our approach is to have 2 core activities. The first one, because we want to be a universal provider of living colors from nature for the industry, we are making the Pili microbe palette. It's going to be a very large repository of dye-producing bacteria and microbes. And the second core activity is a Pili toolbox. It's a set of tools and technology to gain the most of the abilities of our microbes in order to efficiently bioproduce dyes and be able to sell them at competitive prices. And to be able to be competitive, we need to bring down the cost of our dyes to the same level as the vegetal dyes, which is about 1,000 euros per kilogram. Right now, we're about 4 to 10 times higher than that. And we expect to be able to reach that threshold in about 12 to 18 months using optimization and scale-up of our production. Right now, we need 700,000 euros so that with Pili, we can really imagine how to bring all those dyes, bio-dyes, to the market and finally make petrochemistry an artifact of the past and finally enjoy colors again. Thank you very much.